Good evening, everybody. I'll just wait and see who shows up. Hello, everybody. Right. So, welcome to. Right. I was a few minutes late. What kind of English is that? I was a few minutes late because these two, well, that's one of the two, was basically they started hassling me for food. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to feed them before I do this. Otherwise, I'm just never going to hear the end of it. And I never know which camera to look at. That's the camera, right? Okay. So, yes. So that's one of my cats. That's Keris, who now is coming to see me, which is really nice. But Keris, I'm about to start before me. And she's my worst critic. The minute I start playing, she runs off. I don't know what that means. Well, I do, but I don't. Anyway, hello. So, yeah, this is Keris. She's not actually been very well in the last week, but she seems to be better. And so, okay, it's typical cat. She's sat on my papers. Sat on the papers. So, this always happens. Okay. So, how is everybody doing? It's been a week since I last saw you. Ignore the light. It's very light. So, it's good to see you all. I'm enjoying my tea. And how's everybody doing? How's your week been? Has it been an enjoyable one, a stressful one? Because as the weeks go on, I think people are getting either used to it or more and more fed up. A few weeks ago, I was finding it tough, and then it's kind of clicked back into place, sort of. But then, you never know what's going to be thrown at you. So, I'm waiting to see if there's anybody. I know there's anyway. Hopefully, you're all out there, and okay. This is a new way of doing things. So I do believe I've been joined by. Oh no, I thought we were going to get joined by the other one. So any of you out there who don't know the score, because this is on YouTube, because Facebook Live can be a bit. So this is YouTube Live. So although I put on Facebook, click on the link is actually a post below. So if anyone wants to share this around, that would help. Yes. So without any further ado, I suppose I should play a song, shouldn't I? Oh, and look what I have here. It's one of them old guitars. Oh yeah. So look, now I look really small and the guitar looks massive, but it's just at the angle of the. Why is it the minute I go online? Yeah, but it's a bit difficult for me to do this at the same time. Right, I'm going to do this. I don't know if this is going to work. Excuse me about this. We'll see if it works. Sorry about this. Anyway, chat amongst yourselves whilst I'm doing this. And yes, comment me. How's your week been? How has your week been? If it's been a good week, a bad week, an indifferent week, I can't wait to get back to work week, let me know. So anyway, it's now on Facebook on my wall. I now believe I do have a cat behind me. Yes, I have the other cat behind me now. You can't see him, but... All right, Alex, how are you? So I'm going to slightly move this along a bit because the end of the sofa is getting in my way. And I have... Can you see him? That's a cat. Look. Oh, okay, right. Anyway, this is one. I usually have two opening songs when I play live. I tend to swap them around. I'm going to do this one. This one is it's about someone I used to know. It goes like this. There's a fella that I used to know, at least I used to a few years ago. He's got a few problems in his life. This fella, when I knew him, he's got some monkeys on his back. Them starving little monkeys, well, they sure did knock him off track. Oh yeah, sure did knock him off track. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Where did he go? Oh yeah, oh no, oh no. I said, where did the fella go? 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 This fella, when I knew him, he liked a job or two, yeah. But now I hear he likes to drink the whole day through. Sees them starving little monkeys that swallowed him up whole. That's what happens when alcohol fills you of your soul. Yeah, when alcohol robs you of your soul. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Where did he go? Oh yeah, oh no, oh no. I said, where did the fella go? I said, where did the fella go? Instrumental, oh yeah. Let this be a lesson to all you party goers out there. This is what could happen if you don't take care. Started out as a little got more and more. Before you knew it, trouble came knocking at his door. Oh yeah, well, trouble came knocking at his door. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Where did he go? Oh yeah, oh no, oh no. I said, where did the fella go? 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 So that was Oh No That's not on the featured upcoming album because I haven't recorded it. It's a new song. I don't know if it'll even be on the second one. I don't know. Let's see. What else? So hopefully everything is okay. You can hear me and see me. I think sometimes the video footage might be a little bit grainy, but it's very weird because normally when I'm doing it via Facebook, I'm playing, but I'm not really taking much notice. Whereas now all I can see is me playing at me. So this is the ultimate narcissist's thing, is to actually watch yourself while you're playing. Cheers. Still alcohol free. So, no, it's over there. It's over there. I moved it because basically where I normally sit, it was too light. It was way too bright. So I decided to cut off. So, without any further ado, I like to do this thing that I stole from Jesse Malin, where I basically show you stuff I'm listening to or reading or watching or whatever and plug it for people. So, what would you like first? Would you like music? Oh, there it is. Okay. Right. So, books. This is a book that arrived yesterday. This is The War and Uncle Walter, The Diary of an Eccentric, and it's Walter Musto. Now, for those of you that don't know this, which is pretty much all of you, Walter Musto is the great uncle of a friend of mine called Chris Musto. And Chris Musto is a fantastic drummer. He plays with Glenn Matlock at the moment. He played with Johnny Thunders. He's played with Glenn. He's played with the Bermondsey Joyriders, which is how I met him. Anyway, he got this was a book by his great uncle, who basically was on the point of retiring as the Second World War broke out. And this is a diary of the war years. So I thought, I heard about it and I'm like, I would like to read this. This would be a fascinating story. So this arrived yesterday, so I haven't started reading it yet. But Chris Musto and Uncle Walter. The War and Uncle Walter. I'm looking forward to that. So, also, if you want to chat in the chat, please do so. I'm not kind of on Facebook, so if there's anyone commenting under Facebook, I'm not going to really see it because I'm not really watching it, even though I'm looking at it right now. So, this next song, this is the opening song of my upcoming album. And actually, the reason why I'm playing this is because I've actually spent the week working on the lead parts for it, which I'm not going to play, obviously, because I can't. Well, I can, obviously, but I've been working on the lead parts for this song. This is this goes out to Mr. Oliver Shaw. This is one of the songs that he likes of mine. So this is Just Because You're Gone. This is for you, Sir Oliver. Don't get too, 2, 3, 4. Just because you're gone, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because you're not there, it doesn't mean that I don't care. The rooms you once inhabited were filled with your life, plunged into darkness as you stepped out of sight. Just because you're gone, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because you're not there, it doesn't mean that I don't care. Because I do. Because I do. Because I do. I still miss you, and I always will. The last time I kissed you, it lingers on in my memory still. The years that you were there, were the best years of my life. You were always so supportive throughout the trouble and the strife. Just because you're gone, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because you're not there, it doesn't mean that I don't care. Because I do. Because I do. Because I do. You never judged, you were always there for me. Now many years have passed, and I've not forgotten to see. Your memories still burn deep down inside of me. That's the way that it will always be. Just because you're gone, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because you're not there, it doesn't mean I don't care. Because I do. Because I do. Because I do. Because I do. There we go. So, hopefully the sound is all okay and wonderful. As I said, please comment in the box if there's anything that I need to know about. If not, I shall just keep on keeping on. So, do you know what? Out of all the drinks in the world I ever drink, apart from maybe mango, tea is the best. I love it. I'm so English, it's unbelievable. So, what else can I tell you? What I am going to do is keep a little note of what I'm doing, because I have a tendency to forget. But I do know what the next song is going to be, because sometimes I do a set list and sometimes I don't. Today's one of the ones I don't. Oh, by the way, do you remember last week I was telling you about this book, the Morrissey book? Morrissey! And I was basically saying how shit it was and boring. And Oliver Shaw basically said to me, you know, how take that back about Mozza. And then he's like, you know what, Ollie, you can have this. This is yours. When the lockdown, when I see you back in London, this is yours, mate. Because I'm never, ever going to finish it. I mean, I'm sure to Ollie, it's probably going to be a fantastic read. It's just, for me, it was just, I got bored. It was only twice in my whole life have I stopped reading a book before the end because I'm bored. Twice in quite a while. So this next song, this features on my upcoming album. But the reason why I'm playing this song now is because, sadly, it's actually the 7th anniversary of the passing of the person that this song was written about today. That's why I'm going to play it. So for those of you that have not heard the story before, I'll tell you it. For those of you that have heard the story before, you're just going to have to go like that until you see me start playing, and then you realize I've stopped talking. So basically, 5 years ago, a friend of mine who was married to the lady the song's about, it was the 2nd anniversary of her passing, and we were out somewhere, and he was just inconsolable. He was in such a bad way. And when he's a really good guy. I really like him. And when you see someone who's in so much pain, what are you going to do? You can hold him, you give him a hug, and you can hang around with him, but he was hurting bad. So I thought I would try and write a song about him and his wife. And I wrote the song, and I really, really liked it. And I was like, when you write songs, every now and again, one comes along, and you're like, oh. But I said to him, if you don't like it, I'll scrap it. I was thinking, please don't, please, because I really like this song. So anyway, cut a long story short, because all my stories are long. Basically, I wrote the song, he loved it. It made him cry, which was, I think, was a good thing. Anyway, it's on the album. It's called Marianne. This is how it goes. You were together for so many years, lots of smiles, love and laughter, maybe just a few tears. But you were together till the very end, not just partners in love, but each other's best friend. Oh, Marianne, oh, Marianne, oh, Marianne, oh, Marianne. And your love will keep you together forever and a day. And your memories will burn bright inside to the end of time. Oh, Marianne, oh, Marianne, oh, Marianne, oh, Marianne. And then you had to go away. I know he thinks about you each and every day, and he carries you now in his heart and memories, and that's the way it will always be. Oh, Marianne, oh, Marianne, oh, Marianne, oh, Marianne. And your love will keep you together forever and a day. And your memories will burn right inside till the end of time. Oh, Marianne, 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 oh, Marianne. That is dedicated in loving memory to Marianne O'Hagan and her husband, Martin Farrow. So that goes out to them. I was talking to Martin earlier, actually. Just checking in on him, how he is. So, just quickly shove that down. Now, so, I mean, there's not many comments, so I'm guessing people are still out there. I can kind of see, but we'll see. We'll see. What else can I tell you? What else can I tell you? What else can I tell you? I mentioned Oliver Shaw, didn't I? I'm going to keep doing this because what I'm doing is, if I keep doing this, then maybe I'll get a free copy of a new album. Oh, so yes, This is the debut album. That this is the reason why I was saying, because sometimes when you're live streaming, the comment section freezes, so people be commenting, but you can only see the original part. That's why. So apparently the comments are working. Okay, so this is Oliver Shaw's debut solo album. It's called The Last of the English Cowboys. Last week I just said Last of the English. It's actually The Last of the English Cowboys by Oliver Shaw. It has my favourite song on it, In My Wildest Heart. It also has Falling in Love Again, which is fantastic. And well, in fact, the whole album is really fantastic. Silent Movie is a great song. Last of the English Cowboys itself is a great song. Ollie also has a new album out called Of Darker Plains, which if you go to the Oliver Shaw Experience or Oliver Shaw Music, it's on Music Glue, it's on Spotify, but you can buy the vinyl as well. You can buy a download, because you can get this album on vinyl or download, or you can buy Of Darker Plains. The new Of Darker Plains came out in March. This one came out last year. So, yeah, you can get that. So, this next song is, originally it's written about the gentrification of fantastic cities like London, Berlin, New York, about how everything's bloody changed and nothing, you can't even notice it anymore. So what I normally do when I play this one, but now because of the current situation, God knows what's going to be left in terms of venues and stuff, because a lot of the live venues are just struggling to even stay afloat during this time. So this goes out to the Dublin Castle, the Good Mixer. God, where else is left? I was about to. Where's the other ones? The Barfly. Oh my God, Nambucca. The George. Don't even know what the George is. See, there used to be so many venues, and now I'm struggling to name venues. That's bad. But yeah, basically, this song, it was written about that, but it can also be about it can also be about the current situation. This is a song that is called, as I said, when I'm playing this live, it goes on a bit. So I normally say if you want to go for a pee. This is on the album. It's called The Way Things Used to Be. It's also on the upcoming album. Katerina, I just saw your message. You're watching, but you can't comment on Facebook. I think to comment on Facebook, you have to have a YouTube channel. You've got to be signed in or something. I don't know. And, don't worry about it. Is like a graveyard of memories, looking back on happier times and the way things they used to be. Once there was love and laughter, sunshine forever, blue skies. Now there's nothing left now, except the tears falling from my eyes. There's nothing left now of the way things used to be. My heart is like a graveyard of memories of the way things used to be, of the way things used to be. Now it's all over and everyone has gone away. There was a time, thought it'd last forever and a day. But now we're all older, we know the things, but they just ain't built to last. Try as I might, I'm still a prisoner to my past. There's nothing left now of the way things used to be. Yeah. The heart is like a graveyard of memories of the way things used to be. All the way things used to be. As I look around this town now, all the venues I once knew seem to disappear. There's scenes that I recognize less and less with each passing year, especially this year. But as my memories of this town disappear into the mists of time, won't you tell me your story? You just heard mine. There's nothing left now of the way things used to be. My heart is like a graveyard of memories of the way things used to be. Of the way things used to be. Yeah, very nostalgic for the old London, the old Berlin. I mean, pretty much everywhere these days. So, comments. Yes, I do want more comments. You want me to do my dance? No, that's not going to happen. That's private. You have to wait for that one. What else? I can smell food. Hang on, can you see? What? Can anyone spot the cat? Can anyone spot the cat? Can anyone spot the cat? Where is the cat? Blah, 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 blah. There's the cat. Sorry. I have to do that. So yeah, that was on my album, that one. What else can we do? If Steve Williams is out there, I've got a song I'll do for him, I think, at some point. Actually, no, I know what I'm going to do. Shuffling papers. I'm like, where's that damn pen gone? There's the pen. Right, this next song. This, I believe this is the first song that Kahanya ever learnt to play on the guitar. It's by Townes Van Zandt, Waiting Around to Die. Sometimes I don't know where this dirty road is taking me. Sometimes I don't even know the reason why. I guess I'll keep on rambling. Lots of booze, lots of gambling. It seems easier than waiting around to die. Well, friends, once upon a time I had a mom. I even had me a pa. He beat her once with a bell because she cried. She said to him to take care of me. Hopped on a train down to Tennessee. It seemed easier than waiting around to die. Well, then I came of age, met a girl at Tuscaloosa bar. She cleaned me out and hid it on the slide to numb the pain. Bought some wine, hopped on a train. It seemed easier than waiting around to die. And then my friend, he said to you, where some easy money was. We robbed a man and brother, did we fly? But the police caught up with me in Wood Green Cemetery. And now it's 2 long years of waiting around to die. Whoa! Well, I'm finally out of prison. Got me a new friend at last. One that doesn't steal, cheat, rob, or lie. His name is Codeine, and he's the finest goddamn thing I ever seen. And together we're gonna wait to die. Yeah, together we're gonna wait around to die. My old classical acoustic. I love that guitar. It's what I write all my songs on these days. You want me to teach you how to play the interval part? Well, it's just the same flamenco-y stuff that I do on Was It Really Worth It? Do you know it's been nearly 6 months since I had any booze, and I don't miss it at all. Oh, I was talking to my friend yesterday. My friend, Mr. Pete Kosanovic, and basically he's going to be playing piano on my album, on definitely one song. You never know, I might be able to try and persuade him to play some piano on some more of the songs. But basically we were chatting yesterday, and afterwards, because with Pete, when I met Pete, he has the same approach to music that I do. You know, he does it because he has to do it. He does it for the love of it. You know, he's not following trends. He's doing it because he loves it. And this is one of his albums. It's called Moving On, Pete Kosanovic. He's actually in the middle of recording a new album, so I can't wait to hear that. And this is also another one that I went and saw Pete in December, just before Christmas time. This album here is self-titled, but it's his debut album. And yeah, Great album. Check him out. Pete Kosanovic. That's how you spell it. Kosanovic. Pete Kosanovic. Great. He's great talent. I could play the song, couldn't I? I wasn't going to because it's a slow one. I was going to play it later. But yeah, I could do that. Shall I do that song? Shall I do the song that he's going to be on? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? It's Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon is more chilled out. Well, Sunday evening, but it's chilled out. Here we go. So this is the song that Pete is going to be on the album. And it's called Shipwrecks. And it goes like this. Except that there'll be other parts as well. So it goes... It's going to be the last song on the album. Just like ships that pass in the night, we just float on by. We don't even turn around or stop to ask ourselves why. Ask ourselves why. Just you and I, ask ourselves why. Just you and I, like shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. We're all islands out there, just locked up in ourselves. We're so wrapped in ourselves, so far from home, far from home. Just you and I, far from home. Just you and I, the shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Life is something that just happens as we're busy making plans. Does anyone even stop to think? Or they're just too busy? Float on by. Just you and I. Float on by. Just you and I. Shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. What's it all about? Does anyone even really know? Maybe one day I'll get tired and stop asking myself why. Ask myself why. Just you and I. Ask myself why. Just you and I. Shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Now it's all over, and the lights have come back on. The performance is over, and it's time to find our way back home. Just you and I, find our way back home. Just you and I, the shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Like shipwrecks in the night. And that's the last song on the album. It's like a nostalgic song, you know. I always imagine you're sitting on a bench looking at the sea. It's nighttime, not necessarily cold, but you know, you're just sitting there reflecting on life as we do. This next song, this is also on the album, because quite often recently I've been playing lots of songs that aren't on the album, so I thought perhaps I better start playing songs that are, you know. The next song I'm going to play features another special guest, Mr. Michael Plater. This is his two albums that I have. One of them is Mythologies, and the other one is Exit Keys. He's from Australia. There's also two versions. This is the UK version of Mythologies. But check him out on Bandcamp, Michael Plater, Plater. So, and he's just had a new song out called St. John's Eve, which is on Bandcamp. But he's great. And on this next song, he appears on the album, and he is playing electric guitar on it. And actually, before the lockdown, he came and played in London. And there, you know, he was playing a set, and he got me to get up and play this song with him. And I was like, "Are you singing it?" He's like, "Hell no." And the weird thing is, I got up on the stage, and I started talking about the song. And he's like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm Dave. Hi." And because you know, he's expecting me to introduce myself, and I'm like, "No, I just got up." And think, you know, but the audience are probably thinking, "Who the hell's this guy?" So. But yeah, he very kindly asked me to get up and perform this song, and he played the electric guitar like he does on the album. I always say, I mean, I'm sorry for the people that have heard the story before, but he creates a maelstrom of sound, a really nice sort of. The song on the album has a broken toy piano as well, so this also goes out for Kohania. This is her favorite song of mine, I believe. It's called The Howling Wind. For all of you people who have walked the dark valleys at night, this is for you. In fact, the darkest valleys sometimes are in the day. Sometime after the Festival of Goodwill, I first began to feel that deadly chill. It crept up deep down inside my bones and made itself feel right at home. Another year is over, another one is about to begin. Yesterday has been and washed away all its sins, and the new year has only just begun. It slaps you round the face like the steel of a deadly gun. It's the howling wind, it comes up within. It's the howling wind, it always will. Listen carefully, you can hear the howling wind. It comes from way down deep within your soul, from way down within. And all that misery, when it rises to the top, just remember that it very rarely stops. If you listen carefully, you can hear it out there, blasting around in the cold night air. You can hear it howling around the trees outside. And if you listen carefully, you might just get hypnotized. It's the howling wind, it comes up with me. It's the howling wind, it always will. Robert Johnson heard it, so did Kurt Cobain. Nick Drake and Churchill, they gave it the same name. They heard it, howls of tormented pain. They heard it over and over again. It's right behind you, breathing down your neck. Can you hear? It's straight through. It's the howling wind, yes, it's coming with me. It's the howling wind, it always will. It's the howling wind, it comes with me. It's the howling wind, it always will. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? There we go. That was the howling wind. I do like to play that. That's on the album as well. Shall I play a new one? Shall I shuffle through my papers again? Actually, where are we? I'm going to play you a new one. See, usually when I have a set list, I don't stick to it anyway. So I thought if I don't write a set list, no problem. Before we do, books I'm reading or read. This is Sylvain Sylvain's autobiography from the New York Dolls. Brilliant read, and Syl's not been very well. So buy this, go to his page, get hold of this. It's called There's No Bones in Ice Cream. Sylvain. Go there, help the man out. He's done so much for rock and roll. Least we can do is help him out. This one, Alvin Gibbs, bass player in the UK Subs, amongst others. This is his book, Some Weird Sin, about his tour, his time in the Iggy Pop band. It's a great book. Really, this is the updated version. And then I can never pronounce this guy's name. Frank Schecht. There it is there. Circumstantial Evidence. Frank played in Steve Bater's backing band when they did the Disconnected album, and he also is in a band called Blue Ash back in the 70s, and now he's in a band called the Deadbeat Poets. All good names. And Frank came over and played in the UK last year, and I was fortunate enough to meet him, and he got this book, and he signed it for me. So he's a lovely man. He was with his wife and his son. Lovely man. So this one is my thoughts on this whole coronavirus story. Basically, there's something. Obviously, there's a virus. I keep saying this. There's definitely a virus, but there's more to this than meets the eye. There's red flags keep popping up when it first started, which seems like so long ago. But red lights keep popping up, and even now, I still think there's a hell of a lot more to this than meets the eye. This one's called The Writings on the Wall. It's funny how things can change so much over the course of just one day. An entire way of life just really stripped away. But I have just one question that I want to ask. You see, why is it that you're telling us everything's changed forever? Could you please explain that one to me? Because the writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. What is it that you're not saying? Could you please tell me what this is all really about? 'Cause none of this makes any sense to me. It doesn't add up, and I have my doubts. It seems you can fool most of the people pretty much all of the time. But you're gonna have to try just a little bit harder if you think that you can change my mind. Because the writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. Cause fear and confusion, spread panic all around. Get people where you want them, easier to control. Cause the problem of the reaction, see the solution, what you take hold. Advance your own agenda, assume total control. Because the writing's on the wall. 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 There you go. That was Writings on the Wall. That's a new one. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Have a little. So, what else can I show you? Or because I like to sort of keep it, mixing it up a little bit. Right, what I'm listening to this a lot at the moment. Jesse Malin, Glitter in the Gutter. It's his third solo album. This is Glitter in the Gutter. It's his third solo album. I've been listening to it a lot. I mean, I bought it when it came out, but recently because he does this thing from his apartment. He's been doing it like 7 weeks. He didn't do it last night, but he's coming back next Saturday. But I think he's doing it in a different venue. It's called, his first solo album was called The Fine Art of Self-Destruction. So his online gigs have been called The Fine Art of Self-Distancing. And so basically he's going to be doing it on Saturday. You go to YouTube, Jesse Malin, and he'll be doing it. It's really, really good. And there's a bunch of people going there every week. It's wonderful. You chat to them. You get to meet all these people who like really good music. So what else have I been listening to? Oh, this is Jesse's current album, Sunset Kids. Did it with Lucinda Williams. It's fantastic. It's a great, great, great album. So Jesse, plug for you there. Another album I'm listening to a lot, the debut solo album from Epic Soundtracks, Rise Above. This is Nicky Sudden's brother. And this is the deluxe version. It's out on Easy Action Records, Troubadour Records via Easy Action. And it's his debut solo album. It's fantastic. And there's also, this is an anthology, Wild Smile, which is off. He had 4 solo albums. So you've got double tracks from the 4 albums, plus some live and rare stuff. And there's a big forward by Chris Coleman. That's a great album to have. John Martin, Grace and Danger, because I've been reading about him recently, so that's really good. I'll play another song. What should I play? I'm going through my papers. Okay. I know. Actually, I'm going to do something. This is a song I wrote a long time ago, which I used to play live all the time. But because it's a lot of people say that my stuff is depressing and miserable, and you should do some more fun stuff. And I'm like, well, yeah, but that's not really my kind of thing, you know. But I'm going to play this. I'm probably going to regret it, but I'm going to play it anyway. This is a song from a long time ago. When I first started playing solo. This might have been the song I used to open with, actually. It probably was. And trouble is, people always remember it, but because it's a bit of a joke song. It's basically about those kinds of people that are happy to be around someone that's famous. You know, they're just like glory hunters. The song is called Glory Hunter. So it's basically whatever's a bit of glory and fame, they're there. This is called Glory Hunter. Now, I haven't played it for a while, so expect rubbish. Right, here we go. This is called Glory Hunter. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a glory hunter. Why am I not on TV? You say that you love me, but no one loves me more than me. 'Cause I'm a glory hunter, glory hunter, glory hunter, that's me, that's me. I'm a glory hunter. Why am I not on the cover of a magazine? Don't you worry about the others, 'cause it's all about me, me. 'Cause I'm a glory hunter, glory hunter, glory hunter. That's me, that's me. I'm a glory hunter. You'll never find me at home. I think I'm so goddamn popular, but if you look closely, I'm always on my own. 'Cause I'm a glory hunter, glory hunter, glory hunter. That's me, that's me, that's you, that's him, that's her. Because I'm glory hunter. If someone's famous, I'm there. I like to bask in reflected glory. I've got fuck all talent, but I just don't care. 'Cause I'm a glory hunter, glory hunter, glory hunter. That's me, that's me, that's you, that's him, that's her. Glory Hunter, an old song from back in the day. Actually, as I was playing it, I remembered that there were like rock and roll that goes down, 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 down. But you live and you learn. You live and you learn. So that was another one. Right, this next one, I've started playing this a lot on my shows. Going on there. I've started playing this a lot on my shows. This is a song by a friend of mine who's sadly no longer with us. But it's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. And this just goes to show, look, I played a comedy song and I played some nice songs. So they're not all miserable. I mean, I guess if you look at the lyrics, this is kind of miserable, but you know how it goes. This one is by... please don't get the idea that everybody I know dies. Well, everybody dies, but you know, I've got songs about friends of mine that have died, and there's more than one. But it doesn't mean that I'm a jinx or anything. Honest, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Ignore that noise of like a body landing on the floor behind me. What's the point? Talking of which, is the cat still there? Is he still there? Are you still there? Are you still there? Oh, yeah? There he is. Right, okay. This one is by my friend Mick, and this goes out to Kahanya. I have to check the lyrics because I've been playing it. I should learn it by now, you know. This also goes out. No, this is for Kanye. I was going to say this goes out to Pete Kozanovich as well because it's his favourite song of Mick's, as it is mine. But then, you know, people might start talking. It's called Oxygen. Well, take me as you find me, 'cause I can't be all you want me to be. I'm lonely, but I won't be such refined company, baby, sweet baby. You know I love you completely. Well, here I am, and there you are, and you're angry, and I know that it's true, but try to see that I wanna be reaching out only to you, baby, sweet baby. You know I love you completely. Well, I'm coming up, yeah, I'm coming up, yeah, I'm coming up. So oxygen, 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 'cause I gotta breathe something. Well, take my hand and understand. Try to see that I am just a man who loves you so. But please don't make me go into lost infamy. Oh baby, sweet baby, you know I love you completely. Well, I'm coming up, yeah, I'm coming up, yeah, I'm coming up for some oxygen, 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 'cause I gotta breathe, yeah, I gotta breathe, yeah, I gotta breathe something. It's such a beautiful song. I just still wish that he was still here to sing it, because Mick was from Canada, and he had like a certain that thing in his voice. And the first time I ever heard it, straight away, it's like Ollie, Within My Wildest Heart. The first time I heard that, I was just like, I love that song. I love that song so much. Stuff that I listen to. Anyone out there from New York? If you're from New York, friends of mine, New York Junk, Doing Time in New York City. This is their debut. Sorry, this is their EP, 6-track. Their debut album was called Passion of the 7th Street Blues. But this is Doing Time in New York City. This is a 12-inch 6-track 45 RPM EP. And here is their second album, New York Junk, 7 Train. This is recorded in Prague with Ron at, where is it? Golden Hive Studios in Prague. And for anyone in the UK that wants, I've got some copies of these records because Joe left them here with me. So basically, anyone wants copies of either, I think I've got one of these left, 1 or 2, and I've got a few of these. So if anyone wants to get in contact, Joe knows all about it. It's all above board, don't worry. So yeah, anyone wants them, let me know. This is one of my favorite albums of all time, The Jacobites, Robosphere's Velvet Basement. I can't describe how much I love this album. It's like one of the best albums of all time. If you don't have it, go and get it. You can get it on Easy Action Records, double vinyl or double CD. It is, trust me, you'll thank me. It's one of the best albums of all time. It is so amazing. It's untrue. While we're on the subject of amazing things, this is a biography by Patrick Humphreys of the singer-songwriter Nick Drake. There's quite a few biographies out, but this is the first one, and so far it's by far the best. This is such a beautifully written book. I recommend, get it. And Nick Drake is mentioned in my song, The Howling Wind. What else? Oh yes, last week, my friend from America, Snooks, I was talking about a book that he wrote for his time in Vietnam. It says, Never Heard the Thunder, because there was so much going on in the jungle that they never, in Vietnam, he was there in 66 till 68, I think it was, or 69. But basically, it's an amazing book of his time in Vietnam. Yeah, it's a fabulous book. I'm absolutely honored. He gave me a little foreword there. He sent it to me. It's a great book by a great man. And, you know, he had to deal with a lot when he came back. So, I've been going on for quite a while now. Have you had enough? I won't be offended if you say yes. Have you had enough? Let me know. I mean, there's been a lot of waffle. So, you know, well, anyone that knows me knows that I can't shut up. So I am going to mention 2 other albums. Bexatron, Hey You. This is by a friend of mine, Greg's band. Fantastic. This is their debut album. I think they're working on their second album at the moment. It's a gatefold sleeve. Had them on my radio show last year. Fantastic band, fantastic people. Love them all. Yeah. So this is called Hey You. Check it out. Bexatron. Also, while we're on that, bands that I like, Katarina will like this, the Black Bombers from Birmingham. It's Twisty and Birchie. So Twisty's from Gunfire Dance. No, Birchie's from Gunfire Dance. Twisty is from Subterranean Hawks, TVI, and the Tenderhooks with Dave Cusworth, amongst others. And recently they've got Steve Crittall playing guitar with them as well, and there's Alan, guitar and vocals. So this is their debut album. And it's a work of art because Mr. Twist did the cover. Funnily enough, he's actually doing the cover for my album as well. So I'm absolutely thrilled. He also did the Jacobite stuff. So I'm absolutely thrilled that he's agreed to do it. But just so you have a quick look, like this opens up. There's so much to this album. It's like a. I'm not going to be able to get it. Hang on. I shouldn't have done that, should I? Oh, look. It's the coloured vinyl. I mean, this is such a work of art. Absolute work of art. And you get all this stuff with it as well. So I think what I'm going to do, I've been on air for quite some time, so So I think what I'm going to do is think about calling it a day soon, because I'm sure you guys all want to go and have your Sunday dinner. We don't want to sit listening to me all night, or maybe you do. If you do, there's something, I'd go to the doctor. So I'm trying to think, what can I close out on? Is there any songs, any requests? Tell you what, I'm just going to pop. I need to go to the loo. So while I'm in the loo, Oreo will entertain you. And if you can think of any songs you want to hear, let me know. Hello, I'm back. I've decided while I was gone, I've decided I'm going to play 3 more songs. Whilst other stuff, Eamon Dowd. Right, I'm going to play 3 more songs, I reckon. Oh yeah, I know. This next one is, I went to New York last year, and I was walking around the, to all the places that used to be there, all the cool places that you've read about, and how most of them have gone. And I went up to what used to be CBGB's, which is now a clothes shop. And funny enough, I was actually meant to, one of my old bands, they wanted me to join the band, and they were going to America. And one of the places they were playing was CBGB's. But by the time they actually came back to me with the travel details, it was too late. So I was absolutely gutted. So I missed out playing CBGB's. And it was the year, all right, Lucy. It was the year that CBGB's closed. So I missed out on playing CBGB's. Gutted. Lucy, where have you been? You're very late. You're not just a bit late, you're very late. Late for class. Bad. Hope you're all right. So, this one is a song from, I wrote it when I got back from New York, but it's about my wandering around New York. It's called Chasing Ghosts on the Bowery. I'm chasing ghosts on the Bowery, it's all I can do. I went to New York City to discover some truth. I went down to the Bowery, see if I could find the Ramones. A lot's gone on around there since they left, all because I'm chasing ghosts on the Bowery. Now that's all I can do. Chasing ghosts on the Bowery, and all I really want is you. And I went down to see the Dead Boys, you can't find them round there no more. I walked up to number 315 and looked inside the door, and I didn't see Lee Rude or Dee Dee Ramone. I listened out for Debbie Harry singing, hanging on the telephone, 'cause I'm chasing ghosts on the Bowery. Now that's all I can do. I'm chasing ghosts on the Bowery, and all I really want is you. And I listened out for Jane County in the DJ booth, but all I saw around me was a bunch of overpriced suits. And I went down to see David Johansen, Johnny, Jerry, Arthur and Sylvain too. But the whole time I was there, my mind was set on you, because I'm chasing ghosts on the Bowery. All I can do. I'm chasing ghosts on the Bowery, and all I really want is you. And I went down to the Bowery. It's all so different today. All that beautiful history has been gentrified away, because I'm chasing ghosts on the Bowery. Now it's all I can do. I'm chasing ghosts on the Bowery, and all I really want is you. And I'm chasing ghosts on the Bowery. It's all I can do. I went to New York City and discovered some truth. Yeah. So that was my one of my songs from New York. I'm going to do the next song. I'm going to do is it's one of my new ones. I call this my Phil Schoenfeld song, because every time I play it, it reminds me of him. Which, if you check out Phil Schoenfeld, SHONFELT, Phil Schoenfeld and the Southern Cross. So this one's called My Bitter Tears. This goes out to Phil. In fact, I sent it to him, said, what do you think? He loves it, and there are plans afoot to record it, possibly in Norway, and play there as well. So that'd be my first time being to Norway and playing. But of course, you know, I mean, there's a lot going on at the moment. You know, it will happen at some point. My Bitter Tears. That's not the rain falling from the sky. It's the tears of disappointment falling from my eyes. It's not the first time, it won't be the last. Try as I might, I can't escape my past. Bad decisions, bad judgment cost me dear. And now I'm left facing my biggest fear. The tears are welling up. Nothing I can do to make them stop. My bitter tears, my biggest fear. My bitter tears, my bitter tears. I didn't lend my life to end this way, but this melancholic air looks set to stay. Bad luck stalks me at every turn. You dance too close to the fire and you will burn. But now it's all over and it's all said. Nothing left now except my regret. The tears are welling up. Nothing I can do to make them stop. My bitter tears, my bitter tears, my bitter tears, my bitter tears. Now there's just a shell where happiness once dwelled. It's difficult to believe that once all was well. But happiness and hope don't live here anymore. There's nothing left here except the thought. My bitter tears, 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 bitter tears, my bitter tears, my bitter tears, my bitter tears, my bitter tears. There we go. That was my bitter tears. That's my Phil Schoenfeld song. Now, if I finish now, that would be the 13th song, lucky or unlucky. Now, do you think, shall I end on a positive note? Would you like me to end on a positive note? What do you reckon? I mean, that was my bitter tears. That's not a positive note. I know what I'm going to do. Katerina, are you still out there? Let me know if you are still out there. I seem to have lost the one I was looking for. I still can't find what I'm looking for. Hey, Nick, how are you? From New York. Right. Now, I haven't played this song for ages, so there's a very good chance I could completely screw this up. This is, you know, I was telling you about this album, The Jacobites, Roversphere's Velvet Basement, one of the best albums of all time. This is a song from it, but this is my version of a song from it. So it's not going to sound like it does on the record. This goes out to Katerina over there in Finland. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do two more, and then I'm going to go because I've been on a long time. People must be bored by now. And also, I'm hungry. Because although I fed the cats before I started, because I knew they were going to be a pain in the ass and wouldn't stop, I didn't feed myself. So I'm hungry. Nick, I've been on for an hour and 34 minutes. Can you imagine? Some poor people have been watching for that long. They must be like committing suicide now. This one goes out to Katerina in Finland. This is a Jacobites number. And I haven't played it in a while, so be prepared for it to go very wrong. gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free for a long time. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free when the rain comes. When the rain comes down. When the rain comes down. When the rain comes down. Broken window downtown. Broken girl in a broken gown. He says he's gonna set you free when the rain comes. When the rain comes, he's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free when the rain comes. When the rain comes down, when the rain comes down, when the rain comes down, he pinned his heart up to the wall. He pinned it up against the floor. He's gonna set you free when the rain comes. When the rain comes down, when the rain comes down, he's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free when the rain comes down. When the rain comes down, he's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free when the rain comes down. Comes down, down. When the rain comes down, you'll be sitting in your room all alone and dreaming and thinking about all the girls you ever known. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free when the rain comes down. I haven't played that in a long time. I definitely, because what it is, the original version is fast all the way through, and I did the slow bit, speed it up. It's my dream to record that with John Rivers at WSRS. That's one of my dreams, to go to Leamington Spa again and record that with John Rivers in the studio. That's definitely one of my bucket list things I haven't done yet, but I've spoken to John about it. You know, it's definitely it's been discussed. So I actually had a nice chat with John at the beginning of the lockdown. I gave him a call and we had a good old chat. So Nick, next time you're in London, we should do it, definitely. So I think that's probably it's nearly an hour and 45 minutes. This is going to be the last song. So what I'll do is thank you everyone for tuning in, and next Sunday it will be 6 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. New York time, 8 p.m. Finnish time, Poland 7 p.m. Lots of different time zones, and I'll be on YouTube then, and it will be fun. But this is the last song, and I'm going to end on a positive note. This one was written for my kohania. It's called I'll Let You Figure It Out. It goes like this. No, do it properly. It's what you mean to me. It's so easy to see from the sparkle of your eyes to the love that I feel inside. It's what you mean to me. What you mean to me. From the touch of your skin to the loving heart that beats within, from the sparkle that lights up everywhere you go. It's not hard why I love you so. It's what you mean to me. What you mean to me. It's what you mean to me. What you mean to me. What you mean to me. It's what you mean to me. For all the love and support you give to me, feels so natural, like it's supposed to be. From your heart so pure and true, the true essence of you. It's what you mean to me, what you mean to me. I bless the day that we first met. It seems like it was heaven sent. You brought this old heart back to life. Showed me what true love's really like. It's what you mean to me, what you mean to me. It's what you mean to me, what you mean to me, what you mean to me. It's what you mean to me. I couldn't do this without you. Believe me when I say that's true. All those little things that you do for me. You don't think I notice, but I do, you see. It's what you mean to me, what you mean to me. We gave each other the keys to our hearts. A greater responsibility never apart. But when it's all said and done, I choose you. I choose you. It's what you mean to me, what you mean to me, what you mean to me, what you mean to me. It's 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 what you mean to me. Had to let the guitar ring out there. Couldn't just let it stop. Thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight. Much appreciated it. That was for you, Kohania. Koham Chiao. So, thank you very much. I will see you next week. Same place, here. 6 p.m. UK time. 1 p.m. New York time. 8 p.m. Finnish time. And all the other times. Polish time, 7 p.m. See you later. Take care. Look after yourself. Stay safe. I'm not going to do that bullshit that our Prime Minister comes out with. Just common sense. Look after yourself. Take care. See you next week.